Tonight I will begin by answering some of the questions you have about the last study. We talked about animals, about pets, dying, and then they are born in heaven. Okay? How does that happen? Okay? This is a very common and popular idea in Buddhism, actually. I've also written a short reflection entitled Animals Go to Heaven. Right? Now, if you go to my Facebook, just scroll through, you'll find it there. Or you go to the Dhammafera website, also can. The Dhammafera website, you look under all the reflections. We are reaching 600 reflections now, These reflections are essays, Can you imagine a teacher say, write essays, say, oh no, this one, I write 1 week, one essay, like a punishment. But you can't write this kind of reflection unless you're happy and it's something joyful, or something that helps you to think. So animals go to heaven is a very wonderful idea. I don't think any other religion has got this kind of idea. Because you don't even care about animals. They say, oh, animals are for you to kill and eat, and that's all. Now, first of all, if you love cats and dogs or animals, what do you notice? You notice that they also care for you. You notice they also respond to you. My cats talk to me. I mean, cat talk, of course. They know the right time better than me. I'll be doing my work, suddenly this is female cat is more motherly. Okay? They'll come to me and just look at me, the big eyes, and say meow. And if I don't care, it will stand on 2 feet and knock me, rub, It's meal time. Or it's time for bed. Of course, sometimes it's time for her meal. But the interesting thing is that she will wait for me. She'll sit there and wait for me. And after that, when I get up, then she will move first. And she knows we are going to the kitchen. And then she will sit in front of a bowl of food. And the bowl of food is full, I don't have to put any more food there. She sit there. She expects me to eat first. Okay? Now this is what my cat does now every day. Okay? I have many cats. I can't remember how many through my life for 50 over years. I mean, I live longer than 50 over years, but during that time I have lots of cats. One of them was really interesting. I was a monk then. So when I meditate, I would sit down cross-legged. This cat will come and sit down on my lap. Because he knows very safe place. You can sense peace, And what's interesting is, I don't know what you call this. You can call it motherliness, you can call it gratitude if you like. This cat one day brought back a rat. It come to me and then dropped the rat right at my foot. And I said, oh dear, this cat is offering me a rat as food. So of course I have to tell her, I say, well, I don't take this, This is like the story of Maha Brahma, Maha, the great high god. He has got lots of devotees in India. The mother of an arhat called Brahmadeva. So the mother has been worshipping this high god, Brahma, like big capital G god, offering burnt offering, food, and all kind of stuff. One day Brahma felt that he should teach her something proper. Because Brahma is already a kind of saint, he followed the Buddha and he became a non-returner. So, and moreover, the son of this woman is an arhat called Brahmadeva. So Brahma appears to this woman and tells the woman, says, hey, why are you offering me all this food that you are eating? We are Brahma, we live up high in the form dhyana world, high level meditation world. We don't take this kind of food. We don't need this kind of food because the food there is joy. I just like this cat offering me the rat. We don't eat rat, you see, right? So this Brahma is very wise. He comes down and very compassionate. He told the woman, say, don't offer me all these things because I don't take it, the fact is, you have someone who is worthy of all these offerings, your own son, who is an arhat, who is a saint. Why don't you offer all this to your own son? He will, you create such good karma if you do that. Right? So you see here, even the high gods come down and teach this woman what to do, the proper practice. No? Okay, so coming to the story of the frog deva, it's a very beautiful story. Manduka deva vimana vatu, the story of the heavenly mention of the frog deva, something like a frog prince. The story goes like this. The Buddha was teaching, and Buddha teaches in the open. Imagine you are in Palm Valley, in Botanic Gardens, Palm Valley, right? Open space there. And there is this person with very nice voice, And Patrick Teo had this very nice voice. I don't seem to hear him anymore nowadays. Probably retired. Patrick Teo, one of the announcers in the news. So the Buddha has this resonant voice, very beautiful voice. Even if you don't understand what he's talking, you hear this very beautiful voice. It's like the child listening to the mother's voice. So, of course, animals generally don't understand what humans are saying. Simple things here, they feel the sense of what you're saying, but not in detail, not the sophisticated conceptual ideas. But they hear the Buddha's beautiful voice, very calm, like a mother's voice saying, do, like that, So what's happening here is that animals generally have fear. They're always watching carefully, they're not being attacked, and so on. So they have a lot of fear. But here, this frog, listening to the Buddha, the mind is free from fear, very peaceful. Okay? So while the mind is peaceful like that, there is this farmer standing nearby that he doesn't notice the frog. So he was having a stick, walking around with this stick. He accidentally poked the poor frog, and the frog died. Now this frog died happy, no fear. Okay, so because of that, he's reborn immediately in the heaven of the 33, Sakra's heaven, Ting Kong's heaven. Now where is this heaven of the 33 gods? It's the number 2. Okay, these are sense world heaven. In other words, these heavens are still in our world, not the jhana meditative world, still part of our world. In fact, they are called land-based heaven. In other words, they're still like just above our earth, so to speak, still close to earth, so to speak. But you can't see them, of course. So below them are the 4 great kings, the 4 guardian kings. Now, if you see that monkey story, you see all these gods, very beautifully dressed and so on, and monkey causing lots of problems in heaven. Anyway, so you have the 4 guardian deities that they guard the 4 corners of our universe. They are like servants of Sakra. Okay, Sakra is the next world. Sakra and his companions, 33 of them, they did very good work when they were humans on earth, 33 of them. And because of that, when they died, they became the gods of the 33. Okay. But they're still like humans. If you know the story of Apollo in Greek mythology, it's like Apollo. He's he's close to earth. He's not as mischievous as Apollo, though. Apollo and Zeus are very mischievous gods. But Sakra is, I say is because still up there, probably listening to us. It's a stream winner. Okay? Whereas Maha Brahma is non-returner. All right? So they got converted by the Buddha. The Brahmins got very angry and stopped worshipping them. This is a fact. You go to India today, there are only 2 or 3 Brahma temples. They don't worship him. The Brahmin make up stories. They don't worship Brahma, because he's Buddhist. So that's why you see today you got Siva, Vishnu, and no Brahma. Okay. And of course, no Sakra either. Sakra was a war god, started as a war god among the Aryans, and then he became a peaceful god, converted by the Buddha. All right. So this heaven of the 33 is one of the lowest heavens, second lower heaven. They're basically like humans. They behave very much like humans. Only thing, their form is more purified, more energized. They also have children. They get married too, that sort of thing. I don't think they get married like the way we do, but they just pair up, common law, I think. So
they still got such thing.
not so elaborate like Earth. No, they don't send invitation cards, things like that. they just like announce, and then they pair up, things like that. Because they're gods, right? They're not humans, okay? So they live like us. Because this is a lower world. It's a lower world, okay? Not a high world. They are like those gods you hear in the stories. They have certain powers, and they like fighting. Because there are other gods, or what called anti-gods, asuras. These are very fierce. They were once god, but because they were drunken, they kind of lost their place in the heaven. You find this story is found in Greek mythology also, not just Buddhist stories. So this is a common ancient pool of stories, started from Central Asia, came to India, came to Greece, to France, Germany, to north to Scandinavia. These all are like the common roots. When the stories went out, they begin to evolve into more local versions, right? So they're basically like humans. So it's like a nice long holiday, that kind of heaven, very playful, very fun. All you do is they have these many beautiful gardens. The main one is called Nandana, and all they do is sing and dance, very much like in the Hindi movies. Very happy. And then while they're doing that, while they're singing and dancing, if their time has come, they'll just disappear. They die like that, So they're not like us because their body is different, right? So it's a very happy world, but not very high heaven, okay? So, and there are lots of animals in this heaven, 33. You have this elephant, Iravana, who was born there. In India, in Thailand, there's a shrine to this elephant. The shrine, I think there was some bomb explosion there recently, and the hotel Dusit, Dusit Thani, the elephant, this Iravan, he looks like human, actually is an elephant. And then the Buddha's horse, Kantaka, died after the Buddha left home. That horse also was reborn in the same heaven. And this frog also in that heaven. Of course, although they are animals, they assume a deva form. Now, when you see the monkey story, you have a very good idea. They look, they have a human body, but they have like animal features, something like that, all right? Actually, they can change their form, they're shapeshifters. If you watch those space movies, you find there are shapeshifters. These beings, they got the power of rearranging their molecules, okay? Now you got science to explain all this much easier. So we're talking about a different kind of world here, okay? Where they just enjoy so much. So that's why they can't really practice Dharma, And animals are also very happy, right? So this frog died, you can say, peacefully, happy, no fear. So this is the principle. This is the story that's very important. Even if you find the story of the frog a bit difficult to believe, fine, don't need to believe it. But remember the principle of it. The principle is that even a frog, simple consciousness, died peacefully because of the Buddha's voice. Now, from my own experience, I have cats, I have dogs, and many of them have died. Their lifespan is very short. And if you love them, they know you care for them. When they're going to die, they'll come to you. They make some funny noise, and then you know that they have like they're coming to tell you, say, I don't feel right, my time is up, something like that. And you just are there, you try to comfort them. It don't last very long. Suddenly they're just gone, So when they die like that, very peaceful, no fear, remember, no fear, very peaceful. Their mind is calm, they feel safe, they die happy. Then they will be reborn as devas. Okay? And they will remember you because you were their master and mistress, So they will protect you. So there is the concept of guardian angel, if you like, protecting devas, right? So the Bodhisattva has his guardian deva called Manimekalai. So they like take care of this of you. See, there is something I couldn't explain. You know, I went through many near-death experiences. I don't know how to explain this. So it's possible the devas were there watching me say, hey, it's not time for you to go yet, you know. You have to do lots of sutta translation and teaching maybe. So one was, I was very young, you know, a teenager, and we were driving, rather my sister's mother-in-law was driving this Jaguar car in Klang. That time no highway there, the roads was winding and it was raining. And she likes to drive fast. And then she negotiated a ban, and there was this car coming and splash of this water over the windscreen. And then suddenly the car swerved off the road and overturned. After that, I don't remember anything. Everything just went blank. When I woke up, I found myself on the grass. Now, I was sitting at the back with my mother and a third person. And my mother was like, I don't know, a few yards away. Everybody was safe. The driver and the person sitting in front, I stayed in the car. The car was like sideways. Nobody got hurt. You know, this car, I don't know how many times it turned. All right, everything went black. We were in the car, and the next thing we were outside the car. I don't know what happened. I can't explain. Important thing is we're all alive. Okay? So, possibility, these devas watching, and then they help us. They could do that. If you are kind to them, they help you. These are our own relatives, you know, or our pets. There was another time, this famous story, I was catching butterflies on this Gunung Ledang, you know, Mount of Fear, before I became Buddhist, as a teenager. I was catching this, what's called a butterfly moth. It's either a butterfly or a moth, but here is a combination, and you can only get it on one of the places is on this Gunung Ledang. They fly very high, about, I don't know, quite high. So I need to make an extended butterfly net. So I have to run, looking up like that, all the time looking up and trying to catch it. But we are on the second mountain, you know, in the Gunung Ledang, and there is this cliff nearby. So because it's near the peak. So I was running there. After that, I said, oh, this is tiring. My neck is tired. So I said, better stop. I just stopped. All right? Then I looked down. I said, oh, let's see. I said, how come? Wow, the sky, no clouds, you know. Very nice day. So let's look down and see the trees. Because we are high up in the mountain, remember? So yeah, let's look at the trees down there. I looked down, there were no trees. There was all clouds all the way when I looked down. I told myself, what happened? Suddenly I felt like as if the sky, the earth had turned upside down. The clouds, the sky is down there. You know? And then I looked down, there's nothing below me, all empty space. I was standing right at the edge of the cliff. One more step, I would have fallen down 100 feet. I won't be here today. I said, wow. And you know, this is a near-death experience, you know. That's the time I stood there. I was like 17 or 18, I think. So I told myself, what am I doing here? Catching butterflies, and have I not anything better to do? You know, like becoming a monk, you know. So that's when the thought came to me. I mean, we might suddenly just go, you know. So better make your life meaningful. So there again, what made me stop? Very hard to explain all these things, right? So these are stories which we sometimes say, well, the devas helping you, maybe, we don't know, good karma, yeah? Well, the point is, you must be kind to the animals, to your pets. Then they die happy, your job is done. Don't treat them cruel, because then they'll be reborn suffering also, right? And then if they become devas, they take care of you. So this is the Buddhist teaching, dying happy, dying peaceful. Now how do you apply this human being? Same thing, you know. when you know someone is going to pass away, you do everything you can to make them feel comfortable, feel peaceful, make them, ask them what they want, listen. Very important to listen to them. Don't tell them unhappy things. Don't remind them of happy things. Only happy things, all right? And then sometimes they give you instructions, right? If they don't know what to do, tell them, okay, what do you like? Do you like to listen to sutta reading? Or you want to hear chanting? Or meditate, whatever, then you do for them. Not everybody likes chanting, so you got to ask them. Okay. You know, I wrote a book called Simple Joys. You know, I was told that LKY had a copy of that book, and he was reading it to the wife when she was on a sick bed. And then the book was given to Kampong Senang. You know, it was auctioned off at quite a high price. So we must treat those who are loved ones who are reaching their final moments with peace and joy. It's like giving birth. See, when someone gives birth, we are there joyfully to receive the baby. But here, it's don't say death. Say rebirth. You know, you can say that also. This rebirth is coming for this person. So you are saying goodbye to these loved ones, because this person is going to be reborn. Right? So if the person is good and kind, the person will be reborn immediately, maybe in the heavens or elsewhere as a happy human being. Okay? Only when they are suffering, what they might carry on, they might hold on, they get caught in between, you know, still stuck, they don't want to go, and that's when you do your metta, you do your dedication of marriage, you help them to let go of attachment to you, to their home, to this place. Okay, so loving kindness.
People who die in accident, but I crash.
Yeah, so we don't know the last thought. They got to help themselves. That is why we say that the last moment is never certain. So we should keep our minds calm all the time. So if you are habitually calm, like now you're habitually peaceful, your habit is to be peaceful. Your habit is to study Dharma. You're not doing bad things. Then when the last moment comes, you'll be at peace. Okay? You'll be at peace. So don't worry about all these accidents and so on. Never think negative. Very important. You think negative, then the habit will increase. There is a saying, see, if you get angry once, you get angry again. This is called unconscious tendency. So always be positive, happy. Whenever you feel something is not right, just say, may all beings be well and happy, may this person be well and happy. You want to send these thoughts to it. It's better than saying, oh dear, this person is going, something bad is going to happen. What's the point of saying all those bad things? It doesn't help. So you might as well say something happy. All right? Because your thoughts do help. All right? You know, sometimes, I don't know how many of you, your friends have come to you and said, oh, you look so peaceful, or I was thinking of you. All right? You do your meditation regularly, your friends will have that kind of feeling. They feel something good about you. All right? So that's a bit of explanation how this happened. Okay? So I hope you are clear enough about this. Be kind to your animals. Keep your mind positive, peaceful. All right?